Welcome to another installation of Tactical Tuesday. I am Justin Myers. I'm joined by my co-host Drew Swirsky.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes, and we are here with Aubree Lewis. Aubree is an incredible agent out of Greenville, South Carolina, who, as you might guess from this incredible presentation, has built a big business on YouTube. And we were just talking about growth. That Greenville is, I asked her, I said, hey, I've heard this is one of the best planned cities in the country. And I said, hey, what's that growth like? And she said, oh, it's been pretty. I wish I could replicate the expression you just did, but one
The
of the
holy
things that
crap.
yes. And one of the things we're going through this right now. I'm in Knoxville, predicted to be the biggest growing, like city in the country right now, with the most appreciation in the last 6 years. And the conversation we've had to have with our clients is if you live in an amazing place, we get to live in an amazing place, live in an amazing place, people are gonna want to come. Growth is inevitable. So how do we, respond to the growth? And I can imagine, Aubree, being on YouTube, right? When you're in a city that's rapidly growing,
Mhm.
like you were in the right place to catch an amazing wave. Tell us a little bit, Drew. Probably got some questions for you. How did we get here? How did we get started? What do you want to know, Drew?
Oh, I just want to know where you started. What was your aha light switch that said it's time to go to YouTube?
Yeah, absolutely. So, real fast, I mean, I've been in real estate for the past decade, here in Greenville, and was on a team and quickly outgrew that team. And when I started, it was very much okay. I don't ever want to be beholden to anyone else for my life, for my business, for the leads that come in. So I got to figure this out. I actually started on Facebook because Facebook offered a platform where you could go live. And I really loved the idea of making a video, one shot, not doing any edits, and just throwing it out there to the world. Um, and that's one of those things that like I started there. And I would do, golly, at the time I was doing anywhere from 3 to 5 short like live stream videos for my business a year or a week. Okay. So 3 to 5 live stream videos a week. So then I went ahead and I ended up meeting this really cool dude down in Orlando, Florida, by the name of Ken Posick. And it was before like he had, tons and tons of subscribers, before his team was like, his team will close like over 600 units this year. And so I sat down, I had the privilege of sitting down for dinner with him. And he's like, Aubree, what are you doing? Put this stuff on YouTube. Just do it. And I was like, yeah, 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 but like it's got to be so perfect and beautiful and set up right. And he goes, no, just do it. And he goes, it'll change your world. It'll change your life. Just do it. So that was my start where I had no problem doing video. And that was really back in like 2017, 2018. That's when we were starting to hear the rumblings of if you're not doing video in real estate, you're going to get behind. Like you're already behind if you're not doing it. So we went ahead and it took me 3 years after that conversation to actually start the YouTube channel. And when I did, it was it's the only New Year's resolution I've ever actually made and kept. So I started in January of 2019, 2020, right there at the start of COVID, and was like, hey, let's do this. I went and I found I knew that like I could start on my phone. Okay. Everybody can start on their phone. That's what I did on Facebook. I started just looking at myself. I bought a gimbal and away we went. But then I was like, we've got to step this up. Did a little bit of market research. There was only one other YouTube channel here in the area when I started. And I was like, okay, let's go. And then the success there is just consistency. So that's the starting point, but there were some very key people along the way that kind of gave me the encouragement and went, like, just go do it.
Sorry, I was muted. I love that. Let's talk about consistency a little bit, just for those of us who will like for me, right? I know that the enemy of great is good. I mean, the enemy of good is great for me. When
Hmm.
did you get past that and just say, you know what, like with the Facebook Lives, it was easy, but have you ever just looked at the videos and been like, I got to fix this, and then finally just say, you know what, I'm shooting it out there?
So I'll tell you, I know myself. Okay. I'm going to sit there. I know that I'm not the one that needs to be behind the camera necessarily. I also know that I don't know the first thing about editing. Why would I take that job on? So I had already built up a small team at this point. And if there's anything that my very first team taught me, if you're not enjoying something or you're not the best person to be doing that one thing, leverage it out. So the perfectionist side of this is I did start doing many different parts of the process myself, but when it came to actually making the videos, getting them edited to the quality that I wanted them to be at, I just knew I had to leverage it. So my start was a little bit different because I had a little bit more access to some capital to make it happen. So I'll drop numbers though for you. Like I was paying somebody $2,500 a month. We actually started at $2,000 a month. And I was like, look, here's what I want. I want to create 4 long form videos a month.
Oh boy.
And
Three companies came in.
and actually at the time what we ended up doing was we created 8 long form videos a month to get started. And I was posting 2 videos a week, but I was creating the content like it's me, but I wasn't editing that content. It was going to an editor that worked with my video producer. And then from there, they would shoot the video back over to me. I'd watch it, maybe. We got to the point where I just don't watch them anymore. Like once you get the quality down, I just don't watch my videos. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I know this one was really good. Let's watch it and see how. And I was like, yeah, this is a banger. Um, but then being able to, so like I created my own thumbnails, I created my own descriptions. I really wanted to figure out how the YouTube thing worked because that's what I had done with Facebook. And so that was like the very beginning. I knew what I was good at and knew that I didn't have the time to sit there and look at my face for hours. I hate listening to myself on any playback recording, like most people. And I didn't want to be the perfectionist. I just got to the point where the video was done. And then I just uploaded it and it was ta-da. Now I've even leveraged more. I don't even post the videos anymore. I don't create the thumbnails. I don't create the descriptions. I've got some people in my world that do that. So, and also I will say like just setting a schedule and putting it on your calendar. If it's on your calendar, it exists.
I love hearing that. Right, Drew? You're making a coach heart happy. It's
Yep.
not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. So the corollary. I too started every video I did, and I feel better now for knowing that I should be on YouTube and taking a few years to do it, on Facebook Live. I was
Mhm.
like, I'm going live on Facebook because I started doing
Yeah,
videos, and I was like,
the
I
easy.
like the way my dumb head looks, but not when I look at it like 10 times in 5 minutes and do the
Yeah,
same video over like so I started going live. I was like, if I just go live, I can create content without getting in my head.
done.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Hey, Aubree, one quick question about leverage.
Yeah.
With the amount of leverage that you've brought on and the people that have taken over some of these tasks, are you still in charge of anything? And if so, what?
Well, of course. I mean, it all stops at with me. If I don't like it, then it's not going to go. Um, the leverage is in so many different places at this point. So I have my executive assistant who is just my brain at this point. But with the leverage we have in the video marketing side of the business, um, we've built up that trust. At the very beginning, it was okay. He would send me copies of the thumbnails he was going to use, and I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, that's awesome. You know what you're doing." Um, but at the same time, like we built up the trust where I don't have to even really think about it anymore. And occasionally we have a video that goes out that I'm like, yeah, this is gonna suck and we got to put something out this week. Sometimes I make a decision not to put anything out that week because the video doesn't meet the standard that we know it needs to be at. At the same time, too, um, it's it's something where we are really a team. I know that I can't do what I'm doing without them. It'll take me so much longer and it won't look near as nice. And if we do it together and collaborate more, it just is getting better. I actually this year decided to invest even more in not just myself and my own coaching, but I brought them along with me. We had a awesome YouTube coach for about 6 months and really dove in and went deep on how can we get better. And I just believe that if you're going to be really great at something, you're going to bring a lot of people along with you.
What did your team look like before you started? You said you've been there for 10 years. So what did your business look like before you started YouTube and what does it look like now?
Oh man. Um, I got a really interesting start to real estate. I went directly onto a team. I had
Mhm.
some good friends of mine that had the top team in Greenville at the time. And um, my first year in real estate, I sold 42 houses. So a very different start to many people's start into this industry. But
Mhm.
I mean, it boils down to be consistent, make your contacts, learn how to convert, do what you need to do. Uh, I was on that team for 2.5 years and then jumped off because I outgrew it. I needed leverage while I was on the team. The team wasn't ready for me to have leverage. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go do this. And my team leader at the time, he gave this advice, and to this day, he gives this advice. If he could go back and start over, he would hire a coach and he would hire an assistant as soon as possible. And that's what I did. I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this, but here's the coach, here's the assistant. I've only ever actually worked on my own for 3 months. I've had a transactions coordinator. I just know that I know what I'm good at. So why should I do everything? Nobody's good at everything. When we started the team, I was closing on my own 30 to 50 units without a problem. My team now, we will close somewhere between 90 to 100 units, and our goal next year is to double our business because now we have agents, an admin team, and we've got a really strong system. So our goal
Mhm.
next year is to close 200.
And where are your sources of business right now?
Uh, so over 40% of the business comes from YouTube. About 18% of my business comes from our SOI, and then past client referral. So social media platforms, YouTube being the big one. I lump in like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything into that one because people find us across all of those platforms.
Mhm.
And then just really loving on our people here.
Sure. And I love that, right? You know your numbers, you've got a system, and you got your reps in. You started on a team where we're able to get in. Average
Mhm.
agent right now,
Yeah.
across all experience levels is doing 10 transactions a year approximately, according to the NAR numbers. You got 42 in your first year, right? It's a way to
Yeah.
compress that learning cycle.
Well, and it's cool too because what I learned there, I've been able to replicate it on my own team because I knew that what we were doing was at such a different level. And I also didn't know any better. I came out of a retail space and I was like, okay, well, this is just my job. And my job is I have to talk to 20 people a day. So there it is. And that morphed into, well, now I just have to set an appointment a day. And that's
Hmm.
what I was doing. So, because that was my job. And I think a lot of people get into this space and they go, oh, I've got real estate freedom. Like I can make my own schedule. And then they don't do anything. And I'm like, this is your job. So I've got an agent on my team right now that she's been in she's had her license now for a year and a half and she will close. So this is the first full year on the team and 90% of her business has all been YouTube team generated and she'll close 35 to 40 units.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So I love this because if we're new, right, you came in, you learn, we call it ringing the bell. Learn how to ring the bell. We learned how to book appointments. If you book
Yes.
appointments, production follows, you know your
Mhm.
numbers. And afterwards, this is what I think is interesting too. Not that you need money to get started, but there are forms of you can only make money three ways: prospecting, networking, marketing.
Mhm.
There are forms of this game that get easier where you can trade time, right, for money, or sometimes you've got money and you can leverage money to like for
Well,
growth.
and I kind of look at it this way too. Um, y'all, I am super lazy. I'm like, how can I create business without having to actually talk to people so many times? And those reps, like I've done the calling game and it is soul sucking. So how can you do real estate without having to go knock on doors, make the cold calls, talk to tons of people you don't know? How can you talk to people you don't know and actually get them to love, like, and trust you before you ever have that initial conversation? And that's what, as I was on that team that I started on from the very beginning, I was like, I just need to create the warmest leads I possibly can. And I mean, we worked through Boomtown and had those leads coming in, and you call somebody and they're like, I didn't sign up on a website, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay. So that's where Facebook started. And then when we moved it over to YouTube, it works. It is the ultimate lazy genius way of creating leads. I like, bar none. It's it's working while you sleep. And if you feed it consistently, they call you. We get somewhere between 3 to 5 leads a day right now that are just saying, "Hey, I watched your videos. Hey, we're thinking about moving to the area. Hey, we've done this. We're retiring in 2 to 3 years." In probably the next 2 to 3 years, because we've been doing the YouTube channel now going into our fourth year, all of those people that started watching at the very beginning when I was being consistent, and I'm still very ridiculously consistent on posting these videos. We have a pipeline that we've been building for years, and it is starting to show up in some massive ways. And
Mhm.
then that it just opens up so many more opportunities. So yeah.
Can I
I
jump in and ask questions, Justin?
was that.
Can I jump in and ask some questions?
Give me 1 second and you can jump in. Let me finish the thought. Now, this is Rob. If you don't know, Rob is the founder of Gain, founder of Grid. So we've got you mentioned love, like, and trust. And there's a
Mhm.
great anecdote that Steve Harvey talks about with Denzel Washington. You have to think back before streaming. He was out with him, and people were so respectful of Denzel because they only saw him on a big screen, 20 feet tall. But people would come up to him and talk to him and be overly familiar. And hey, how are you doing? And Denzel's like, that's because you're in their living rooms.
Yeah.
You're in their house, you're in their bedrooms. And YouTube, right, is the like you are
Yeah.
there's a reason why you're creating emotional connection because they're regularly seeing you, right, in places where they feel safe,
Well,
surrounded by their loved
60% of
ones.
our audience watches our videos on their TV. And so like making that content, like I just think of it as I have my own TV shows now.
Hmm.
Like that's it. So we need to rival what they watch on TV. So we've added a live stream that I do Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. All are welcome. But we do that across platforms. We figured out a QR code that goes up on the screen because everybody's got this in their hand and they're ready and they scan the QR code and they come in directly through my website. I know where they scanned it. I know how they got there. And then we just love them and provide value. And we have so many pieces of value that we send to people. And I can get into that if you want.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's actually where I want to go real fast, Justin. Like I'm a tactical kind of person. So I want to
Yes,
know,
strategy.
yeah, Thursday night at 8 p.m. That's awesome. There's a live stream. I want to understand the rhythm of the content. You said you're
Mhm.
consistent. So like what does that look like? What does your week look like in order to execute the play?
Yeah, so on Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock, I have a 1 hour content planning call with my video producer. Then we are circling up probably Thursday night after that live stream. Well, let me like slow down. Wednesdays are my planning days. I have a content call with my video producer, and then I'm also planning out all of my content for the live stream. And I'm researching, I'm finding my articles. Essentially, I've got my own little like getting to know you news channel type of vibe that we do on Thursday nights. Wednesday planning. And we are videoing, actually creating the long form videos every other week. There's a season to do that every week, and it only needs to be for 3 to 6 months. Uh, you'll burn out real fast. And I know. So Wednesdays, the week before we're doing long form, we go through all of our content. We schedule it out. We know what we're doing. We script it out. That's why the call is an hour long. We're going through ideas and we pick out 2 content ideas. Okay, what are we going to make videos about? And I saw this question over in the chat real fast. The content is hyperlocal. People want to know about your area. What are the questions that they're asking Google? Just go into Google and put in Greenville, South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Knoxville, Tennessee, like whatever it is. Google will start to prompt you with those questions. There's also a website called Answer the Public or Ask the Public that I've used, and that just all you're doing is answering the questions that people are asking. And thumbs up to you, even if you don't stay safe. Like answer the hard questions. Talk about politics a little bit. People want to know if it's safe in your area. So that's how we're coming up with the content Wednesday afternoons, about 1 to 2 o'clock every Wednesday afternoon. The rest of the afternoon on Wednesday, I'm planning out my live stream for the next day, doing lots of research. Really, I want to be in the know for the area. Then on Thursdays, I start my day about 7 o'clock and I hop on to our platform. I use StreamYard to stream across platforms. And I'm just prepping. I'm getting all of my news articles up. I'm looking at market data because I also do a market moment on these calls or on these shows that I do. That show happens from 8 o'clock in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, to about 8:45, 9 o'clock. I'm usually always streaming for at least 45 minutes to an hour. My video producer also hops on and he moderates all the comments, so on and so forth. And then after that call in the evening, we just go, hey, we're meeting tomorrow, or hey, I'll talk to you next week. If we're videoing today, because we video every other Friday morning, Thursday nights, we are looking at, okay, let's talk through our videos. Is there anything else do we need? Are we going to go walk through a house? Like, is there any more prep that we need? We do that for only about 15, 20 minutes after the live stream. Then Friday mornings, Friday mornings have been my perfect time of the week to do this. We go out, I meet him every Friday morning at 9 a.m. at a fun coffee shop in our area that is not Starbucks. And then we talk through our video for about 30 to 45 minutes, the two. Guys, I think it's I don't know. Anyways, so then what we're doing is that Friday morning from about 9:30, 9:45 to 12, 1 o'clock, we are out creating video content. 2 videos. You do not need a fancy camera. We actually use just a Osmo now to record our videos. We're done by 12, 1 o'clock-ish, and then the rest of the day is mine. And the video turnaround is our editor who came with my video producer. I've always worked with a video person that already has a good editor they're working with, and they have a rhythm going. They have videos ready about a week time frame. If they take longer to do that, then what are they doing? Like they're not a good editor or they're not systematized. So videos then go up and are uploaded on the YouTube channel by every Saturday night because it takes a while to go through checks and so on and so forth, Saturday night. And then I do my final check of the video, usually Saturday night, Sunday morning, just to make sure there's nothing glaring. And because I like to have just a little bit of just that overarching control of it. And I schedule my videos, and this just works for me. They go active on our channel every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. And then I follow that. And we usually A/B test thumbnails. So we always have a minimum of 2 thumbnails that we put up. And that is the whole weekly rhythm. And we start it over again.
Awesome, Aubree. Thank you. That's awesome. How many videos a week are you typically dropping?
Okay. If you count the live streams, it's 2. But if you don't count the live streams, you don't have to do any type of streaming. You can do just 1 a week. I would suggest, though, at the very beginning, when you're building out your channel, to go ahead and just commit to 2 ridiculously solid videos a week for at least, I would say, 3 months to build up the channel, building up your audience, letting YouTube know and YouTube algorithms, knowing that you're a serious creator. And then I would say the people that I've watched create YouTube channels from the ground up using that style of formula, they do start getting leads within 3 to 4 months. And those start converting within 6 to 12 months. Or they can go faster. And then after that 3 months of just grinding for a hot second, then you can slow down and start posting 1 video a week. But
Aubree, this is gold. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is gold. So good. So good.
What's your I got a couple different questions on
Yeah.
content. And what's your favorite content that you produce?
Golly, I love it all, honestly.
Okay.
Well, okay, hold on. So there's 2 different types of content that I feel a lot of people put out. You have the super trendy, funny content that realtors put out, that anybody puts out, that it's just fun, it's cutesy, it's trendy. But do you ever actually know those people's names? So I put out more educational, like, I want you to get to know information. But I also that's me. So, and I want people to know about my area, because one, that's what I do, and two, Greenville is the best. So um, that's it. It's as long as I'm providing value, that's what I want to make sure that every time is put out.
What, and I want to keep drilling down there. What has performed the best in terms of converting or attracting? And is there a correlation between views and conversion, or is it some things get lots of views, but other things get less views, but maybe more motivated, focused?
Um, I would say that, let's see here. Am I allowed to share my screen?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, right, Julian. Got it.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody make fun of all of my tabs. Okay, so this is one of the things I love about YouTube is, see, it's a problem. Here, we'll just close at least one of them. So YouTube analytics tell you
Mm-hmm.
who your person is, or and who your ideal buyer or seller is. I will say this one right here is performing really well.
Cool.
It's a interview style video. And people, I'm going out and I'm asking real people about Greenville. And this is what I love about YouTube, because you can come through here and see, okay, this is what they're searching. Here's how they found it. Then they
Mhm.
can also come over here. I love going to the audience, new viewers, TV. I know the age range. This
Yep.
right here is a bunch of wives watching on their husbands' profiles. Um, like
Mhm.
when it comes to analytics, I like this will tell you right
Sure.
here. My top performing videos right now are the video that I go and I talk to actual people asking them about Greenville. Then we also have a third of my market is new construction. So we show a lot of new construction right now. And I try to find the best, like best price, best locations, best incentives. But I learned a long time ago, I don't actually share who the builder is, because then my viewer is going straight to the builder and they
Okay.
bypass me. So don't show them, don't interview them. Sorry, Pulte, DR Horton, Toll Brothers. Here we go.
Sure.
And anything with a little bit of a negative on it, is the housing market really that bad? And I talk about that. You don't believe the price. It's just very much like, I don't know, authentic. And that's what I'm looking at is, what is the need? What are most people looking at?
So
Yeah.
Drew, I was thinking about this the other day. Rob and I were having a conversation about running a team, and with my partner, we're setting our goals. And it's like, do you know the average number of 2-minute transactions an agent has? Sorry, 2-minute conversations an agent has with somebody, right? And it was like the average number, it's one. Like the average agent has 1 2-minute conversation a day. I was watching your view duration. I don't know if you clocked that, Drew, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's 441 was on the low side, up to 7 minutes. And
Yeah.
there's hundreds of views there. And I think that's what it is to what you had stated, and I'll just make it explicit. I think it was implied there is, hey, prospecting and cold calling and door knocking feels like such a time suck for me. It drains my energy. How can I get them to come to me? But how can I have one-to-many conversations, right? I am being super intentional. I'm putting a high value of effort in there, and I'm getting to have a one-to-many conversation. We're an events-based company. We run, so I get that. Like I'm in front of a room every single month, producing a live TV show, educating the public. So I love the play that you're going for. It's some things are unlocking. Maria, are you jumping on? Do I see your beautiful face because you got some questions?
Yeah, I
All
have some
right,
questions.
let's go, coach.
Aubree, thank you so much for like literally letting us know everything and seeing the back end of everything.
Yeah.
I started doing a weekly YouTube video on my YouTube once a week since February to just kind of build authority in the space as a coach, because I changed professions and felt like I needed that voice. And I can't tell if I'm doing good or not. Like I don't know what to gauge because the purpose of the video was like I can take this 5 to 10 minute video and splice it into like 15 reels, right? Um,
Okay.
that will or whatever, maybe like one or two really good ones, right? But so initially I was like, I'm just gonna use it to make more content. But then I'm like, I don't know, like I'm not getting my channel's growing, for sure. I started from like no subscribers to like 206.
Mhm.
And then I feel like my views went from like 15, 20 to like maybe 80 or 90. But
Mhm.
like, I don't know, like, do I need to do more videos? Like, how do I get I'm thinking maybe it's my content, but I don't know for sure. Like, what would be your advice on it? Like, just, gut advice that you get from doing this for so long.
So I feel like a lot of people don't realize that you really have to focus in on who is your ideal person. Niche it down. So on what's your channel name?
Uh, I don't
Is
have a
it
name.
just your name?
Just my name. Yeah.
The links in the
Okay.
in the chat.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
thanks, guys.
hey, oh, there you are. You're so cute. Okay, 206. So here's what I can tell you from looking at it right this moment.
Yeah.
Um, One, I would love for you to go look up Channel Junkies.
Can we share it?
Yeah.
Can we
Oh,
look
yeah,
at it
yeah, yeah.
together?
We'll just do it together.
Oh,
Ta-da.
I love this little live audit. Thank you.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is amazing, by the way.
That's cool. Um, oh, and I love this thing because like I know, like I wanted this whenever I started, and there was nobody to do this.
I know. This is amazing.
So, like, here's the deal. You need thumbnails.
Okay.
Like, and they don't need to have it like these up here are
Yeah.
probably your best, but I would
Okay.
start changing them up because your thumbnail and your title are the first two things that are going to grab your audience. And so, just like we do for a real estate business, you're creating your avatar of who is your perfect buyer, who is your perfect seller. You have to do the same thing for your YouTube channel.
Okay.
Who is your perfect person? So, you're a channel focused on coaching and consulting business owners. That's very vague. Like, are you specific looking for realtors or like
Mhm.
niche
Yeah.
it down because that's what people are looking for. Then what it's and we can do, I can flip over here too. But the big thing here is get consistent with also your, so if it's a long form video, this right here
Hmm.
should not be on the channel because
Okay.
it's vertical. This is your studio space. You
Yeah.
need a really catchy thumbnail, like something that's bright. We should be able to see the whites of your teeth and the whites of your eyes. And and change it up. Like when you have a good hair day, go and take as many pictures as you can, like smiling, doing this, like pointing. You can just stand there and smile. I make a lot of faces and talk with my hands all the time. So that's the thumbnail pictures. And then I would run your titles through ChatGPT and say, I need five very clickable titles. Don't make them different from what your video content is.
Right.
So here, what I would do immediately, and you can go back and edit all of these, and go
Right.
ahead and create thumbnails.
Hmm.
And then what I'd also do is your videos are all about an average of what, 7 minutes, 6, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
Work that muscle up and get your videos up to about an average of 12 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then let's see here. I'd be careful how much B-roll that you use like this.
Yeah. That was an editor I hired.
Yeah, just be careful. And then also, do you use vidIQ or TubeBuddy?
No, what is that?
Oh, It's these video analytics over here. It'll tell you everything about the video, best practices. It's bolt-ons for your channel, and it'll tell you like how it's growing.
Okay.
Um,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we can do that right there. Like this right here is,
That doesn't look good.
we haven't.
I haven't done
Yeah.
it.
So I would go read, you've got a couple different books to read and podcasts to listen to. But I would go read The $1 Billion Channel Method by Jackson Wilkey. He's amazing. Channel Junkies is his with Jesse Dow. And like follow them. Go like get into their coaching program. It's the better coaching I've seen on YouTube right now. And they don't have it all right though. I will say that because we pushed a little bit. Uh, I don't put any shorts on my channel. That's another one. You're confusing the algorithm.
Right.
Because this is a different viewer than this viewer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think YouTube has figured that out yet because shorts are in your hand and long is up on the TV screen. So if you're going to do it, separate it and have two different channels.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, I have one last question. How quickly did your subscribers grow from a dead stop? Do you remember?
Ooh, from a dead stop.
Like when you first started, did you go like 0 to 1,000 in like 2 months? Because I don't know how to gauge my growth. Like, I'm not gonna go viral. I mean, it's a very specific avatar I'm after, right?
Okay.
But it's like I'm doing something different than you, right? Like you have I feel like in my mind you have a bigger audience that because you're casting a bigger net.
Mhm.
But it would be good to have an idea of like, yeah, you should grow by 1,000 your first year, or something's wrong.
I grew by, this is what I'm pulling up so I can actually show it to you. Um, let's see here. Subs. Nope. This isn't the best
Can I
way to
say
look
something
at
while
this.
you're looking for that, Aubree? So
Yeah.
I'm a YouTube junkie from a
Yeah.
consumer point of view. Most content creators say that the majority of people who watch their content are not subscribers.
Mhm.
So just one thing to think about is like you may get a super big check from somebody who's not subscribed to your channel at all.
Mhm.
But because there'll be people who I'm not subscribed to them because of some reason or another, but their stuff continuously shows up in my feed.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Because you watch it.
I
I
mean,
do watch it, yes,
yeah.
but I'm not subscribed to them because of, like I said, a specific reason that I refuse to subscribe to their channel. But I do some hate watching sometime as well. So
Um,
Um, I think I don't ever worry about that. Occasionally I will call it out in a video and be like, y'all, there's a lot of people watching this channel right now that aren't subscribed. How dare you? And like I just say it. Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like it doesn't bother me. I I hope that answers your question. Like I just don't follow that.
I have a question.
I've got some extra time if you guys do. So
I,
sure.
uh,
Who's got a question?
it was me, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
So I started doing YouTube in 2019, and I have
You just muted yourself, Wendy.
sorry, I have yet. And also, thank you, Miss Aubrey, for all of the insight that you've given us. I have yet to get like a real following and over like a couple views at a time. And so I know you mentioned all you do with your production and everything like that. What would you say to someone who can't necessarily, um, or who doesn't have the resources right now to get like a whole production team and stuff like that? Is there anything that you did to like stay consistent? Because I think for me, it's like it is the editing. It's just a lot. because I do more like vlog style. Like I started off with my life, and then yeah.
Are- Wendy, and I'm sorry, I'm not 100% of our audience. Are you a realtor? Do you
Yes,
sell real
ma'am.
estate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, so if you're doing vlog style and you're post it, don't edit it. Like if there's something terrible and glaring, just pull that part out. But I would do a really good thumbnail. Make sure your title is good. Make sure you're posting the same time every week. And then that's it. Like I wouldn't edit it. Now, here's the thing. If you're wanting to clean it up, that's cool. And my video people, like, to start, I just posted in my like local Facebook group and I was like, hey, I'm looking for somebody who is start knows how to work a camera and knows how to edit a little bit, or at least knows how to do that. And I
Mm-hmm.
had saved up money. Like I went and I stashed away about 3 months and I knew that my budget was $2,000 a month. So I went and I stashed away 6 grand and I said, if this is gonna work, I've got a runway of 3 to 6 months and we've got to do this. And like, I've got to go all in. So that's what we did. Um, and
Okay.
yeah, like you can also go on Fiverr and
Yeah.
hire an editor there too. You're a realtor, you're not an editor. So why are you editing?
Yeah, I had editors on Fiverr and they weren't the best, and I felt like I was disconnecting from the content in a way, like just kind of selling out on the genuineness of it. I have a hard time not editing myself, but I think you're right. I definitely need to be more just raw and authentic with it, unless there's something that's totally not presentable. But
Yeah, I mean, golly, go like that interviewing video that I did. Like
hmm
I am a terrible like dancer. I have no rhythm whatsoever, but there was this random lady and we were dancing and singing and it we posted to the video. It was awesome.
hmm
So just authentic.
got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aubrey. There's a woman you should follow, Wendy. Her name is Giselle Ugarte. Ugarte is Ugarte. Friend of the show, Amanda Dahl's come on there, and one of the things she makes everyone do, I've been to some of her content. She's like, pull out your screen, take a video of yourself. This is what I look like. This is what I sound like, right?
hmm
Because everybody, that's why we went live, right, Aubrey? Everyone
Mhm.
already knows what I look like. They got to deal with it every day. They see the back of my head, they see the angles. Like they already know. So it's
Mhm.
it's not you're out there in the world unedited every single day and you got
Yep.
nothing to
That's
edit
true.
here. Um, Aubrey, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
True. You answered it worked out perfectly. Thank you, Wendy, because the question I was going to ask was that had come up early in the chat was how to find an editor. This was
Mhm.
amazing. Aubrey, I might love to do a part two in a little bit if you're down. This was great. Like a little
Absolutely. This is
2-1-1.
gonna be fun.
Definitely.
Nerding out was so much fun. And one of the things I was thinking when Maria was talking, and you tell me if this makes sense to you, was I would gauge potential audience size. Like you can use SEO tools. Google Analytics are going to be very similar across there. Like, what's the potential audience side for hyper local content in Greenville based off of keyword searches versus like real estate coaching? And then, like, what's my cost per click on both of those, right? If there's like a much higher like acquisition cost to get that lead, it's not necessarily a 1-to-1 ratio. You might find some niches where no one's creating any content on YouTube for this, but there's probably a corresponding degree of difficulty. Does that make sense, Drew? Does that make sense, Aubrey?
It does.
Yeah. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Like, look at the keywords, look at like how many keywords you're going to get. ChatGPT can help with this even. I think it
Mhm.
does some excellent work on that. And you can subscribe to like a trial for a website like SEMrush, SEMrush. I've done that before where I was like, I'm going to pay 7 days and I'm going to go get all the keyword analytics I can before my trial expires. And then, of course, I missed it. So if you need some, holler at me because I've got a SEMrush subscription now because I missed my trial. But I did get a bunch of keyword analytics for myself because I wanted to know how could I SEO optimize some of my listing content. I love
Yeah.
this. Drew, I'll give you the final words, buddy, before we wrap up here.
This was once we dove deep, this was way above my pay grade. It just proves I have to leverage. But it was so good to hear and so good to know.
No, I love it. And my biggest takeaway, mind blown, is the TV function. Like I knew this, it's making me think about some of the analytics, right? So I'm gonna stop recording here.